Why is the light just so grey? Do you know what I mean? It's just so grey. Oh, I hate it. I feel like this is a terrible idea, but that'll do. Oh, actually doesn't look too bad. But I think I want to do this. Hang on. There we go. That is that better? When's your birthday? Friday. 5th of June. Friday the 5th of June. Yeah. I haven't decided if I'm going to do like a birthday vlog or do a live for a couple of hours in the evening or potentially both. I don't know yet. Oh my god, my room just looks so messy. That is literally a mess in my bedroom. It's literally the corner. It's not actually that bad. I tidied it yesterday. We've got so much alcohol. I went to Morrison's earlier. Can this go back anymore? No, that's it. So I'm doing my cocktail of the cherry sours, the Disaronno, and the Coke. Then my mum bought. It was on offer for £16. I think you get like 10 ciders, which she chose Thatcher's Gold, and then she got 10 Stella Mabes. All in total, she's got like, so there's loads of beer. Then she's gonna get gin because I bought Fanta Lemon, and pink gin with Fanta Lemon is really, really good. I love Disaronno as well. Disaronno on its own with Coke is nice, or cherry Pepsi. But when you mix it with cherry sours, it's just like a cherry bakewell and it's cocktail. It's so good. So that's what I'm going to be having. And then we've got so much food ordered. Like I think I know my mom's gone over the top. When my mom like plans a party, she always goes over the top, and she spends nearly £60 just at the butcher's on meat. Like she's bought like 20 sausages, burgers, minted lamb chops, tandoori chicken. Then she's also making sandwiches, which I already told her. I was like, we don't need to do burgers and sausages like hot dogs, as well as meat and sandwiches. I just think it's too much. And then she's going to do like a salad, and she's going to do like pasta. She's got to do some fish for Sandra. Like she's just doing so much, and it's just going to be. I know it's going to go to waste, but whatever's not eaten, people can take home with them. Then I've got cakes. Oh, hope the weather is good for your birthday. Oh God, me too. I'm worried because it's meant to go cooler, isn't it? As long as it doesn't rain, I really don't care. Or windy. I can't stand the wind. But looking at the weather at the moment, it says 17 degrees. So I'll be happy with that. That's quite strong. Got a tent. I think I've mentioned this before. Oh, I bought this lamp because I realised that obviously when you're in a tent, it's going to be dark, and apart from the light on our phones, there's not going to be any light. So I bought this. It was from Amazon, and you just charge it with like a USB, and it's actually so bright. It's got 3 layers. This one's a bit lighter. This is a nice one. It's like a warmer colour. The other one was like bright white. And then it's got one that flashes as well, which just gives me a headache. So I've got this lamp. So that's going to be good. I've got loads of outdoor lights that I need to put in the back garden. I think that's it, really. I feel like some of the... I've got my... Wait. Right there. Oh, I don't think I've got any trousers on around. This came through the post. If you haven't got me on Instagram, then you wouldn't have seen. I'm a little bit disappointed, but... So this is the new Scooby... Because there was a new Scooby-Doo movie that came out. So this is the new Scooby-Doo toy from Build-A-Bear. that my mum bought me. It came. You could either buy the dog separately with this. I think it was it was called like a pajama t-shirt, and it was so cute. And then you can pay extra if you want the sounds. Well, I bought the bundle, which was it was cheaper if you bought the bundle, but unfortunately, somebody from like their team emailed me and had said that the t-shirt that came with it has completely sold out like worldwide. They can't get any, so they sent me the price of what the t-shirt would have been, which is £10 if you were to buy it separately. So technically, I've saved like £3 or £4. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to buy the t-shirt when it comes back in stock, which I'm disappointed about because the t-shirt was so cute. It had all of the characters on there. But with that being said, look how cute he is. Like, I actually love it. And then I've written down on this birth certificate, you can't see that, can you? It says property of Fielding. I am such a child. So that's one of my presents. But some of the other presents that I've hopefully getting, I don't think they're going to come before my birthday, which is annoying because some of them are clothes. And obviously, the whole point of me ordering clothes was so that I could, well, not me, but my mum ordering me clothes was so that I could wear them to take pictures. So we shall see. Supposed to be travelling tomorrow. Not far, like just travelling to Birmingham. I'm going to see Sandra. Going to how you big baby. I love Scooby-Doo so much. Although the new Scooby-Doo film was not good. In my opinion. And it wasn't even the voice characters because they've got Zac Efron playing Fred, which I didn't think I would like, but actually it was okay. Amanda Seyfried playing Daphne was fine. It was just a terrible storyline. Like, it was actually not good at all. But I don't really care because they brought out new merchandise and stuff for it. Oh, but it's supposed to be raining on Wednesday. We'll see. Tomorrow's really nice. But knowing my luck, it will bloody start raining. I have got a table and chairs and we've got a umbrella, but it's just not going to be great, is it? If it's rains or if it's, I don't mind the cold. I don't like wind. I wish I had some wind now though. It's pretty warm. So what else was new? Oh, has anybody? I don't know if anybody's a fan of Lady Gaga, but her new album just came out. And to be honest, I am living for her new album. So obviously, she released the single with Ariana Grande recently. Well, I think it was only like a week before the album came out, but my favourite songs from the album is A Thousand Doves. I don't know what it is. It sounds very Eurovision-y. It's very, all of the songs on the album are very dancey, like proper like dance tracks. I think you have to be a fan of Lady Gaga in order to actually enjoy this album because it's not for everyone's taste. It sounds a little bit like auto-tuned, but it's not because she's got a bad voice, because she's got a great voice. It's just that's the sound of the album. It's very auto-tuned. So yeah, 1,000 Days, and then Sign from Above, which is with Elton John, which I just never thought I would like. Like, Elton John is so old, but it's actually such a good song. Like, it's really good. I've been trying to think of things to watch. I've been playing on my Xbox far too much, so I was like, need to watch everyone was talking about this documentary. It's number 1 on Netflix. It's about Jeffrey Epstein, Filthy Rich. I'm going to be honest, I didn't know who Jeffrey was. Never heard of him before. Oh my god, I thought that was a cat, but it's moss. So when I saw about it and like heard about it, I was just like, oh, I don't know if like I'd find it interesting. And it's a little bit boring, but I mean, it's a good documentary because it highlights, you know, things that happened. But I don't, I don't know. I don't know who it was. If I knew about the case and like knew who he was, I feel like I'd be more interested in it. But it's just a bit. I need something to watch. They've got the first Purge on Netflix, not as in the first movie. I think it was the fourth one, but it's called the First Purge. I've watched that once, but I think I'm going to watch that with my friend. Oh, my mum bought. I know I've drank it on my channel before when I did a live. I had the toffee apple ciders. Well, they do a Parma Violet one, which I wouldn't buy because I literally cannot stand Parma Violets. Those little purple sweets, I just can't stand them. They taste horrible. But they had a rhubarb and custard flavour. So I bought, excuse me, 2 rhubarb and custards. And then I bought a watermelon flavoured cider. I don't know how that's going to taste because I do love watermelon. And obviously I love cider, but I just don't know how watermelon and cider is going to go together. Do you know what I mean? I just don't know. This is so sweet. I don't even know how I'm drinking it. It's like syrup. I'm having pasta tonight. I don't know if I'm going to film a video. I might do. It's like these little... I can't think of the name. It's like ravioli because it's got stuff inside it. But they're little circle things. And you literally are supposed to boil like water and then just boil them for 2 minutes. So I've got that. Who's just liked a comment? Oh. That was a long time ago. Sorry, I just got a message. I need to pack that bag to go and see Sandra because I'm stopping at his place for a couple of days. And we're going to go to, he lives near a park, like a really big park in Birmingham. And I think it has like a lake and stuff. So I'm actually really excited to do that. Actually get out. I need to do it. I need to get out properly. Just been stuck in the house. And I'm actually getting so bored now. So my McDonald's opens up in 4 days. Wait, Monday, yeah, 4 days. Oh my god, my birthday's in 5 days. I thought it was Saturday. It's literally in 5 days. Oh my god. I'm going to be 23. Ugh. I don't want to be 23. I feel like my life is just going so fast. I think when you hit 20, it just goes fast, like so fast. I just feel like it was only yesterday that I left my student accommodation, and then it's literally been a year and I've done nothing. When I left my accommodation in July or August last year, I was like, right, I'm gonna focus on my driving, and then by January I want to be able to pass my test and then like apply for jobs. And that just didn't happen at all. Because as soon as I come out of uni, obviously I was working and I was like, okay, now I need to get out of my overdraft. So I just need, and then I need to save up for lessons and buy a car before I can obviously pass. So then that took me up to January. January was out the way, and then I was like, okay, now I'm going to start having lessons. And as soon as I was looking at having lessons in the February, all this started happening. And then before we know it, it was June. And, you know, looking now that I'm probably not even going to pass my test until next year. Because it does take at least 6 to 8 months. And I haven't had a lesson for a very long time. I want to stay at my sister's, but I don't know if we're allowed yet. I don't know. To be honest, I couldn't tell you. But at this point, like, I'm just doing... I mean, I'm still being cautious, but, like, I'm just going to do what I want. I know that sounds terrible. It's not. I'm not going to like meet friends. I'm just going to my partner's like place. Go to the park. I'm only going to be there 2 nights, and then we're both coming back here for my party. I'm only going to be having like my 2 aunties who live. One lives that way, literally I could walk to her house in less than 30 seconds, and then my other auntie lives that way, and I could literally walk to her house in 10 seconds. And obviously we've kept in contact, but for personal reasons. Like I had one person comment on my one of my videos being like, why have you got those kids in your house and stuff like that. And I was at first I was just like, I'm going to ignore it. Then I was like, actually I'm going to respond. I think we all are aware of what's going on at the moment, and we all are aware of the rules. However, some people have to take into consideration like people's personal things that's going on in people's lives, like without having to talk into too much detail because it's not really anyone's business. My one auntie, who is literally in her 60s and only just recovered from cancer, is responsible for looking after her grandchildren, which are 3 kids, 2 young girls who I think you've seen, and then the baby boy, George, because the parents aren't able to look after them. So it's a lot of responsibility for my auntie to do, being, older and still poorly. So my mum has to help her with the childcare. Like, people don't see that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? They just think, oh, you're breaking the rules. Well, we're a very, very close family. Like, my auntie's coming to my house every single day, maybe 5 or 6 times a day. We just walk in, and we were always in contact. We never stopped being in contact with each other. So we were, we helped each other out, like, because my mum can't really do shopping. If we needed food, either my mum would drive to the supermarket and I would go in, or my aunties would go shopping and then bring essential items back. So we all just helped each other out. We're a very close family like that, and we need to do that. So people just need to understand people have different situations, and it's not as easy for some people. Like, and that's what I'm going to say on that. But yeah, I haven't judged anybody. Obviously, when you see like large groups of people, like on my social media, and this is what's stupid, it's when you see like 20 or 30 people go into a party in a park and drinking. Like, that is clearly irresponsible. We weren't necessarily being irresponsible, I don't think. If I'm wrong, feel free to say, but I don't think I was. I can't drink this, but I'm thirsty. I feel like this is making me more thirsty because it's so sweet. Oh. I'm really excited to see my cake. I think I might do a vlog. Would you prefer to see a vlog or just a live in the evening, or both? I want to do a birthday vlog, but that just means getting up and like filming all day. And then I know there's going to be a point where I'm too drunk and I will forget to film. Because I'm planning on drinking all day. By the way, does anybody like this setup? Because I'm kind of liking it a lot. Although the lighting is still terrible. This is literally, you're facing behind my window. My window is literally here. It's a big window. But it's not bright. I don't know why my room isn't bright. I know it's because the sun comes from that way, at the back of the house. But like, I'm literally in front of a window. I wonder if I put my flash on. Hang on. That doesn't make any difference at all, does it? Sorry, guys. So I don't know if I should speak on that. I'm sure everyone's aware of what's going on in America right now. It's literally, it's literally so crazy. I just can't get my head around it. And there's protests in London as well. I feel like this was something that was bound to happen. Sorry for the personal question, but you don't mention your dad, but you don't have to answer. I think I have mentioned it maybe before in the video, but my dad died when I was 12. So I don't really. It's not that I don't want to talk about it. It's just like I just don't talk about it very often. But no, he passed away when I was 12. So that's probably why I don't mention him. It's just me and my mum. I do have an older brother. We had the same dad but different mums. So like we was never that close. We never grew up together, nothing like that, because obviously he grew up with his mum and he's also 10 years older than me. So we're not close at all. We don't speak, to be honest. We were close for a couple of years after my dad died. We stopped speaking maybe 2 years ago. So we were close for about 8 years of our lives, 7 or 8 years. But then no, it's fine. Don't worry. No, shit happens, doesn't it? Oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, America. Yeah, there's protests in London. What I was saying is this was something that was clearly going on for such a long time. I'm talking about police brutality, and I feel like it was eventually this type of thing was going to happen with in regards to protesting and riots. It was basically just inevitable, and it was only going to be a matter of time before something like this was caught on camera. And it had things like this have been caught on camera before, but never to this extent has it got this big. And I definitely feel like people have just had enough. People are fed up of being treated that way. It's not right, it's not acceptable, and it needs to stop. Also, there was that case of, I don't want to say this just in case I get the name wrong. I can't remember what the lady's name was. I think her name was Belly. She was a black lady and she was spat on at a train station in London. And the person who spat on her, who was a white man, said that he had coronavirus and spat on her. And then a couple of weeks later, she actually died from coronavirus. But the guy was, I don't even know if the guy was, I haven't read this case properly, I probably shouldn't be talking about it. He was nothing, basically no further action was taking place. I think he was definitely arrested, but basically the case was dropped because obviously there was a lack of evidence as to whether or not he actually transmitted the coronavirus to her or not. But people are, I know that's what one of the main reasons why people are protesting in London, as well as what's going on in America. I just think it's like, obviously this needed to happen, but also it's like we're still in the midst of a pandemic, and from the videos that I've seen, I don't think people are necessarily social distancing, but also I don't think they care because they're just so angry, which is, rightfully so. They have every right to be angry. It's just scary times, and some of the videos of what the police have been doing is just like, we're very fortunate. I know that our police force isn't the best, and from studying my degree at uni in regards to policing, with you do modules on how the police force in the UK is and always has been institutionally racist, and that is not just like a statement, that is like a fact. It's been proven that the criminal justice system and the police force were institutionally racist. When they were first set up, they were basically like a mob, and people didn't want the police force. This is what I'm talking about when it very first was invented, and obviously it's just trickled through. And definitely not all police officers are racist, and definitely not all police officers are bad police officers, but there are still people out there in the police force who abuse their power and have prejudices, and obviously we need to get rid of, eradicate those people. And it's not always easy to tell, because I mean, I remember in my second year of uni, I went on a night out with my friends, and we went to a rave, and there was this one guy there. He was a police officer in London, and he was doing class A drugs, and he was an active police officer. And I was just looking at him like, this is the type of people that are supposed to be protecting us. Like, I know everybody a lot of people, when you go to university and you experiment and all stuff like this, but this was genuinely like an active police officer who was doing this, and it just shocked me. And I was like, well, if you're doing that, imagine what other police officers are doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like, people don't understand. And then as for the criminal, and like, even with what's that word? Stop and searches. Like, when you look at the oh my god, the percentages of stop and searches, they're like 75% of the people that they stop and search are black, and they don't actually have a right to be stopping and searching them, but they do it because they're profiling, racial profiling. Like, black and minority ethnic, as in like usually South Asian or Indian, are like 9 times more likely to be stopped and searched compared to a white person, and that is not right. Like, but that's just what happens. And it's also, when it comes to the criminal justice system, like, black people get longer offences more so than white people for the exact same crime, and that is actually just a fact. Like, when you look at the percentages, it's just fucking, it's screwed the way that our country is. And it's just because of, even though we are progressing, we're not progressing fast enough, and we're nowhere near where we need to be. But with that being said, I do think that our country is a lot better than America. Like, America is genuinely tapped. I mean, look at their president. It's ridiculous. I don't get it. But that's enough of that conversation. That's just, oh. Why has... I don't understand Twitter. Like, I wish people could just... I wish when you... I mean, I know I'm bad with technology, but like, I wish I could just get a tutorial on how to use these new apps and stuff. Because genuinely, it's so confusing. Oh, one thing I'm really excited for is on my birthday, we're doing karaoke. My mum said that she's going to try and get Sanjay to sing, but I know he won't. Unless he gets really drunk, then I feel like he might. So if I do a vlog, I'm definitely going to have to get a video of me. Not me, actually. No, hella no. I'll get a video of my mom and my auntie singing, because my auntie doesn't have a bad voice, actually. She has a good voice. It's a bit shouty. Like, it's a bit like meh. And also they sing country music, so if you like country music, you'll like it. Like, my mum's favourite artist, she made me download on my Apple Music a load of songs so I could play from my speaker. Let's have a look at the songs that I've downloaded. Some of you guys might know them, they're quite old. So we've got a whole 80s album, because I actually really like 80s music as well. But she's got Glenn Campbell, everybody knows that song, Rhinestone Cowboy. Tammy Wynette, Stand By Your Man, I'm pretty sure you guys will know that one. Patsy Cline, obviously, I Fall to Pieces tune. I grew up with these songs as well. A lot of like To Be Stopped. What? Like family functions and stuff, so I kind of know all this as well. Also by Patsy Cline, you've got Crazy, which is a great tune. Charlie Pride, Just Between You and Me, and Kiss an Angel, Good Morning. Don't know that one. Billy Joe Spears, I Never Promised You a Rose Garden. That's one of my favourites. 57 Chevrolet, also a brilliant one. My personal favourite, which is the one that my mom sings at like loads of weddings and like pies and stuff. She always sings Blanket on the Ground, which is also by Billy Joe Spears, which is an incredible song. Like, I genuinely... when I listen to my mom sing that song, it actually makes me emotional, because that is like, when I think of my mom, that is just what I think of her singing it. I'm getting emotional. Oh my god, this is so weird. I think of that song and her, because she always sings it. And then we have Alan Jackson, Chatter Choo-Choo. I don't know that song, but I know Alan Jackson. It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere, which is a brilliant tune. Oh, I love that. And then obviously we've got a bit of Dolly Parton, 9 to 5, and Islands in the Stream. Ooh, love that. Oh, she took my nail varnish. She was going to do my nails for my birthday. I did say she could have it, to be honest, so can't be too mad. Read the comment above. There is no comment, it just says to be stopped. Or maybe I just can't see the comment. Just says, oh, sorry, and then to be stopped. Shall I have a look? Let me have a look. Yeah, I can't see it. Is there another comment above to be stopped, English Eats? I'm sweating, man. Oh, I can see the question too. What's the question? I can't see it. I actually promise I can't. Oh yeah. Hi, 0000. I can't. I literally can't see another question. I've tried looking, but nothing's come up. I don't know. Yes, oh my god. I can see the question too. Oh yeah. English Eats, yes. What question? You've got to tell me because I can't see. I see the question that Susie asked about my dad. I answered that one, but I'm confused too. I'm so confused. Wait, is that the horse? There's a man that rides in my avenue. He's got a horse, and he rides the horse through the little down the road. I literally live in an avenue, and he literally rides the horse down. Me singing no way. Yeah, you will. We can have a drink, and we're going to sing on the karaoke. 100. I'm going to have to. Oh mate, I'm sorry. I'm so sweaty. You are going to sing. That's better. This one I haven't. Yes, it was about your dad. Sorry, I didn't want to offend you. Possibly. Oh no, I said that my dad passed away when I was 12. It's not offensive. It's just a question. Oh, sorry. I don't know why that didn't come up English Eats. But to answer that question, do you want me to answer the question? You said that most drug dealers in Indian. Blah, 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 sorry. You said you need to think that most drug dealers are Indian or black in the UK, which is why the stop and searches are happening. However, getting longer sentences for the same crime is wrong and needs. That is genuinely an opinion that people think because it's portrayed in the media, but that's genuinely not the case. When it comes to drugs and crimes that are probably not, what's the word? I haven't been in uni that long. I can't remember the correct terminology. But when it comes to like petty theft and drug dealings, you would be surprised that at the fact that there's an overwhelming majority of people are white, black, and Asian. It's very split, but it's not as simple as like. But the way the media would portray it is that it was majority black, and that genuinely isn't the case. Yeah, it's about your dad. Sorry, I didn't want to offend you. I think you a screenshot. Oh, yeah, I just basically answered it. It's the media. The media are screwed in the head. The media are genuinely allowed to, like, they report so much lies to the public. Like, literally, when you read an article, there's a 90% chance that article is not the truth. Like, it's just, oh, me too. I've lived in Birmingham, and I've met both black and white and Asian drug dealers. To be honest, literally all this, like, it's just a mix. It's a mixture in Birmingham. Like, you will. It's a tricky one because either way, even if it was, for example, even if there was more black drug dealers in the country, that doesn't give the right to be stopping black people more than anybody else. Do you know what I mean? Like, for unless they have a reason to do it. For example, say there's been an altercation in the city centre of Birmingham, and they've given a description of a person, and they've said it's a black person who's wearing a red hoodie, and then there's police officers walking through the city centre and they see a black person with a red hoodie, then of course they have the right to go up to that person because he fits the description that they've been given to look for. But when they're literally just stopping people purely because of the colour of their skin, that is where it's wrong, and that is what is happening. Like, they won't have a description of anybody, but they'll be stopping them just because they're black, and that isn't right. That's more what I was saying. I'm just literally sweating. Have this cute little fan, which I stole. I said it. Not basically. When you live in student accommodation, oh my god, that's like. Yes. What? Yeah, I'm on the phone. I will. I've looked. I'm on the phone. Yes, I'll do it. Oh, she wants to buy a swing ball for the party so that the kids can play on it. Does anybody know what swing ball is? It's like, oh, I used to have it as a kid. It's like a big stick, and it used to be filled in like a box with sand, and they'd have two people, and they'd have like a bat, and there'd be a ball attached to this pole, and you have to hit it, and it has to spin round, and then it has to. One person hits it one way. If it gets to the top, that person wins, and if it gets to the bottom, the other person wins. So she wants to buy that. I made this. It's meant to be me. Out of Play-Doh. Oh, I never had Play-Doh as a child. I don't know why. Was it a thing then? One thing I used to do, which I used to love, was Scoobies. They were like plastic wires, and you used to make like bracelets and stuff. Does anybody remember Scoobies? Please say you do. And you could fold them around. I've literally. This is swing ball. I remember having it as a child. That one. It's like a tennis thing, and you hit it round. I think it's a bit rubbish, to be honest, but she wants it. I said, whose party is this, please? It's my birthday, and you're paying for things for them. Like, I don't get any enjoyment from that. I just want stuff for me. Oh, 100%. So as for these protests, I'm just like, on the one hand, it's good because it needs to happen, but I'm just worried. Like, are the cases of coronavirus going to be going up in a couple of weeks' time because there's thousands of people protesting? Because that is a possibility. Do you know what I mean? Oh, my lips are so dry. How long has it been? It's literally only been 39 minutes. I feel like I've been doing this for hours. Bear with me, I need to get some lip balm. I need some, Sanjay, if you're watching, I've asked 3 people to get me this though, so maybe you don't need to, but I want some face masks if you can get me some face masks. And I hope you've got my birthday card already, because I'm not coming shopping with you to get my birthday card whilst I'm there, because that's not okay. I want you to have already got my birthday card. I want face masks. I want lip balm. I've already told Hannah to get this as well though. So you can never have enough lip balm, and you can never have enough face masks. I'm this type of person though that I could have face masks for like in the house for like 6 weeks. I've never used them, and then all of a sudden I'll put a face mask on my face every single night for like a week, and then they'll all be gone. That's just me. I'm really bad at like keeping up with face creams. Like I'll do it for like 2 weeks, and then I'll get bored, and then I won't do it, and then I think, oh my god, my skin's getting terrible again. Then I'll do it again for another couple of weeks. Does anybody else do that? Or I bet some people literally just don't care about moisturising their face ever and just don't do it, do they? Especially you guys out there. I bet you just don't care about moisturising, but you will when you're 16. You've got wrinkles. This was naff. It's for Radox. You're supposed to put it in the fridge and wait for it to go cold, and then you put it on your eyes and it soothes you and relaxes you. It didn't do anything. And then, do you know that stuff, the Radox stuff that you can put in your bath and it's meant to be like a muscle relaxer? Didn't do anything. I used that when I was aching from the gym because it's like it relieves aches and pains. So I was like, okay, well, this is when I first started going to the gym back in February. And my muscles were literally aching because it was literally like my first time lifting weights for a long time. So I was like, okay, I'll get some of this Radox and I'll put it in the bath. I had the Radox liquid stuff that you put in the bath, and also the crystals, like the salts. So I thought, screw it, I'm just going to put loads in. I'm going to put both. Like, there's no harm in putting extra in. It's just going to make you more relaxed or whatever. It literally did nothing. It just felt like greasy in the water. And then I got out, and none of my muscles were like relaxed. I was just in as much pain as I was before. This does nothing. Like, it was useless. I think that was a present, so I'm not going to moan too much. It's not like I had to pay for it, but this is actually Sandra's box that I got him from at Christmas time. I'm not buying him no more gift sets, by the way, Sandra, because she never used them. And how many aftershaves have I bought you and you just never use them, and they're expensive aftershaves? I get through perfume like no one's business. Every Christmas and every birthday, I probably get given close to 10 different perfumes, and within 3 months they're gone. Because I have a perfume that I take to work. I have to have a perfume whilst I'm at work, because I have this thing of like, people say, all my work colleagues say that they will smell me before they can see me, in a good way, not in like a early smell, because I'm always smelling nice. Like I always smell beautiful, and all the people at work say, we know when Field is coming because you can smell him through the hallway. I have the two perfumes that I use at work are either the Ariana Grande, because it's not that expensive. It's like £30 for 100ml, which is not a lot. So I either have the Ariana Grande. I've got this one, but it's run out. I think this is the second Ariana Grande perfume. And then I had this one. It was in like a bottle like this. That one I didn't like. That was the newest one, but I didn't like that one. So I would wear Ariana Grande, or I'll wear the one from Next. I think it's called Just Pink. That one's literally like, I think it was like £12 or £13. It's so cheap, and it's really, really nice smell. There was a moment in time when I had no perfume. The only perfume I had was my Gucci Guilty, and I was wearing that to work. That was a struggle, because I was just like, I'm just going to spray it 2+, because it's too expensive to be wearing it at McDonald's. It's like £80-90 a bottle. That is probably my favourite. No, my favourite perfume in the entire world is Victor & Rolf Flower Bomb. But I've never bought it for myself. I bought it twice for my mum, and then I'll just use it if I'm going out. But it's so expensive. Like, the Victor & Rolf Flower Bomb will cost you, if you want the 100ml, it can cost you over £100 for a perfume. If you want like the 50, is it CL? Whatever half of 100ml is, 50, I think it's CL. That can cost you £70. It's so expensive, but it's such a nice perfume. Closely followed by the women's Gucci Guilty. It's like in a gold bottle. That is also, I need to find it because I know I've got it. I haven't run out of that. I love that perfume. People say that it smells like a fragrance for like an older person, like an older lady, but I like it. I also have this one. It's the Gucci Guilty Black. This is the men's. Thing with men's aftershave is I feel like they all smell the same. Like I don't know. I just don't, I'm not a massive fan of men's aftershave. I had 1 million. That was so generic though. Like it was okay, but it's just they all smell the same. I have Gucci Guilty. What other one do I have? I bought it. Everybody knows it's quite popular. It's expensive again, but it was really expensive, and I don't even like it. What are you saying? Oh, I could eat fish and chips. That looks hang. I can't wait to change my bedroom up, guys. I think that's the next thing that I'm going to do when I start saving money. This wallpaper needs to go. I've had it since I was like 15. Before this was even worse. To be fair, looking back, like it was so bad. I think my mum painted it, my mum and my dad. It was like, uh, they tried to do it really nice and they'd obviously tried their best, but they'd put like a green at the bottom as if it was like grass, and then it was like blue as in like the sky, and they put clouds, and it had Scooby-Doo stickers on there. That's what my wall used to look like when I was like a young child. And then when I became like 14, 15, I was like, I love music. So they got like this music notes and like, oh, I've just grown out of it. How I want my bedroom to look in my head is like going to be stunning. But I have a problem because like this, hang on, see that is like brown. I also have my bookcase which is brown, and then my wardrobes which my mum will not let me get rid of because they were extremely expensive, and like the desk bit where I've got my TV stand on, a cream and brown, and that's just not going with my vision. Like my vision is I want like I can't really explain it unless I show a picture. Basically, I want it to be like white, grey, and silver with like. Because I have this. Wait, oh god, you're going to see my arse again. Oh, this is what I have. I've been waiting to put it up. I got it a couple of years. It's so heavy. This see, it's got like Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, and Vogue, and then Chanel No. 5 perfume. It's actually so beautiful, and it's got like a mirror. It's really, really beautiful. But obviously, it just doesn't go with the aesthetic of this bedroom. This would go with like the silver, like I'm talking about. So it's huge as well. It's so nice. So when I finally, if I get my own place, or if um, I'm able to change my bedroom, I feel like the only reason she'd let me get rid of the wardrobes is if I bought new wardrobes myself. Have you ever been to Melbourne? Is that Australia? No, never been to Australia. I'd love to. I've got family that live in Australia. Um, Never like met them before, but they're second cousins. My mum's close, used to be close to them. They live. I don't know what area of Australia they live in, but no, I've never been to Melbourne. I've never been to Australia. I did like the Real Housewives of Melbourne, though. Are you from Australia, Simone? I'd like to go to Australia, although they've got really scary animals, like spiders in Australia. They will kill you, like for real, for real. And I'm just not about that life. I saw a spider in the kitchen this morning. Ugh, it was only tiny, but still, they just creep me out. I have genuinely been sat in my bedroom. I think we get more spiders in this area because I live near like farms and stuff, and you just get more of everything. Like you get rats, not rats, mouse. Um, because obviously like, I live near fields and farms, and you get like field mice or whatever. Anyway, I sat in my bedroom, and a spider had the audacity to literally crawl across me. Like I literally saw him crawl across me, like my legs. Oh my god, I've never screamed so loud. I swear my mum thought that I had like I don't know. She thought like I was dying. I screamed that loud, and she ran upstairs, and I was just like, I don't know why I start like hyperventilating and I can't breathe, and I'm not even being dramatic in the slightest. I don't care. I just don't like spiders. I remember being at work, and I'm a cleaner at work, and I had to use the feather duster to get the dust from the corner of like the store, and there was a huge spider. I didn't see the spider at first. So when I was doing the feather duster, it fell, and it fell literally like this. And I have never screamed so loud in my entire life in front of loads of customers. And my manager was like, Fielding, you need to calm down. Like, you need to pick these customers. I did not care. I was screaming. Everyone's eating KFC. Everyone's got such a lovely tan. It's been so hot in the UK, and I haven't sunbathed once. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've just not been feeling sunbathing, and I am not. I am not a huge sunbather. Sanjay will account for that. When we were on holiday, all I did was sunbathe and drink Bahama coladas. What I would do to be sat in Egypt with a Bahama colada right now would be amazing. We had like a pool, and it had sunbeds, like floating sunbeds in the pool, so you could like be laying it on the sunbed, but also on top of the water. And obviously in Egypt, because it's Africa, it's so hot. They have the people who work there. They come round with cold flannels, and oh, it was so nice. And like you don't ever have to get up to get a drink. Obviously, if you're an alcoholic like me, and you'd be drinking your drinks in 20 minutes, and of course you would go up. But that's a joke. I'm not really an alcoholic, by the way, because I know what people are like. They take it seriously. But they're the staff was so good. They would literally try to come round at least every 30 minutes to say, would you like another drink? Like they were on it. And my favourite drink there was the Bahama colada. Not a pina colada, it was called Bahama colada. I don't know the difference. I think it's because it had coconut milk, or like, I don't know, because I feel like pina colada has coconut milk in it. I don't know what it was, but it was really creamy. It was similar to a pina colada, but it was just more creamy. And oh, that drink was incredible. I literally still can taste it in my mouth. It was that good. And I would just be drinking them all day. Because the one day I drank, I had instead of drinking the Bahama Coladas, I had a couple of, what was it, Long Island iced tea maybe. And yeah, I had two of them, and I was like very drunk, and I was like, I'm not going to do it, because everybody knows when you go on holiday, the alcohol portion sizes are not like when you go to the UK and they only put like, when you ask for like a double and they literally only put like a double in. On holiday, they put like 4 shots in. So when I had that Long Island iced tea, I was very drunk after 2 drinks. So I was like, okay, I best not cut back. I best cut back on them and stick to the Bahama coladas, because they weren't that strong, but they were just so yummy. So I drank mostly that throughout the day, and then usually we'd go. Here's the thing with Egypt: when it obviously when you're in like somewhere like Spain, you can kind of get up a little bit later, like maybe 9 or 10 o'clock even, and go down for your breakfast, and then you start sunbathing maybe 11, and you can stay out till like 6 sometimes 7 o'clock in the evening because the sun doesn't go down until then. Whereas Egypt, the sun is shining by 8 o'clock in the morning. Like literally, it's very hot even at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I would be getting up at 7, going straight down, either having a shower or just going straight down to breakfast. And then I would literally be sunbathing by 8 o'clock, sometimes half 8. And then because the sun goes down a lot earlier in Egypt, I think by about 4 o'clock the sun has gone down. And you can still lay out there till like 5. But then it actually just gets starting a bit shadier and windy. Like the sun goes down a lot earlier than most places. So we'd usually stay around by the pool until about 4, and then we'd go back up to our hotel room and just chill for a couple of hours, put the TV on, watch Friends, because that literally was the only thing that was on the English channel. Have another shower, then get ready for the evening's antics. And you go to dinner, you get dressed up. And also, I don't know if it's like this everywhere in Egypt, but the couple of hotels that I've stopped in, you have to be like, you can't be showing your legs, and you have to have a shirt on, a long sleeve, not a long sleeve shirt. You have to wear a shirt. You can't be wearing a t-shirt. Men have to be wearing trousers. You can't wear shorts, even if they're smart, like chino shorts or jean shorts. You can't wear them to dinner. You have to wear long trousers. Same with women. But people were complaining about that, but I like that. I like the fact that you have to get dressed up in the evening, because it's like you make more. This is just for dinner, by the way. Once you've finished your dinner, you can go back to your hotel room and put some like cut off shorts. But whilst you're eating your dinner in the restaurants or even in the buffet bit, you have to be like smartly dressed with long trousers. But I loved getting ready, like getting nice and dressed up with a shirt and some like. Oh, I think I've got a picture. Got these like white linen trousers. Because me and my mum went holiday shopping for some clothes beforehand, because I literally had nothing. And when I first saw them, I was like, Mama, I'm not wearing those white linen trousers. They look like something that like a 60-year-old man would wear. But I'm not joking you. They were the most comfortable trousers ever. I love this picture. Oh, this was me and Sandra. Hang on. Oh, that's not a great picture. Look, this is me and Sandra. Can you see that, guys? That's it. That was outside the hotel. This picture. How tanned I was. Oh, look, it got so dark. I actually love these. These were so comfortable and like thin. So like, oh, I just loved them. So yeah, and then they had a nightclub there, but I only went once, I think. Yeah, I only went once because you had to pay for your own drinks there. The second time, Sanjay went to the nightclub with this friend that we'd made whilst we were on holiday. I can't remember what her name was. How bad is that? Oh my god, why can't I remember her name? I literally can't remember this girl's name. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's really going to bug me as well. Anyway, they went to the nightclub because we've made friends with like a group of people. They were all older than us. Me and Sandra were probably like the youngest people at the hotel, because it was an adults only hotel, by the way. That was another thing. I had never been to an adults only hotel before, and I was a bit worried because I was like, oh, but actually it was the best thing. There was no screaming children. It was just pure relaxation. Like it was just so luxurious, all adults. It was just a great time. And we made friends with this older group of people. So Sandra and this girl went to the nightclub, and I was sat with them. And I had far too many gins with lemonade, like more than I should have been drinking. And that's why I didn't go to the nightclub. I think I told Sandra and this girl, I was just like, oh, I'm just not feeling it. Like I'm just good chilling here, whatever. Really, I was too drunk and I just wanted to go to bed. So I think I had one more gin with these older people. I was eating nuts as well, like loads of nuts. I remember eating nuts and Ready Salted Crisps because I was trying to sober up. And in the end, it must have been like 12 o'clock, and I was like, look, I need to go to bed. So I went up to bed. Bearing in mind, I had the key, the bedroom key to get in, like the scanner thing, the key card, whatever. And Sandra didn't have one. You do get given two, but I think the other one was left in the room because obviously we'd gone out together. I only needed the one key. And so I must have got into the hotel room. I put the TV on. I can't remember doing it, but I must have put the TV on and I was going to watch the TV. But I ended up falling asleep. Now, if you know about the story, when I was on holiday in Egypt, I got really badly sunburned, like really, really, really badly on my shoulders. And it came up with huge blisters that were, ugh, I had to have bandages and everything. But anyway, so I couldn't sleep. Normally, I had to sleep sat up, literally like this, sat up in the bed. Oh, it was so funny. So I sat up in the bed and I fell asleep with the TV on. And Sandra and this girl must have come back from obviously being at the nightclub like 2 or 3 in the morning. And Sandra is knocking on the hotel door. And I am completely just passed out from the alcohol. Like I'm asleep. Like nothing is waking me up. They're ringing my mobile. They have to go down to reception. They try to get reception to call the phone that's in the hotel room. Nothing. So eventually the reception gives Sandra another key, and they obviously open the door, and I'm just laid there like this, sat up in the bed with my eyes closed, and they're shouting, "Field in," screaming, and I'm not waking up. So I think they thought I was dead, and then eventually they must have just like shook me, like "Field in," and I wake up, and I'm just like so confused. I'm like, what is going on? And then they explain that they've been trying to call. They've been banging on the door for literally like half an hour, and no reply. I've got such an itch, it's really bothering me. And then the next day, when we're by the pool, I hear like some people at the hotel are talking about, did you hear these people making loads of noise last night, banging? And I was just sat there like, no, I didn't hear a thing. I was asleep, fully knowing that it was us. Well, it wasn't me, it was them. That was hilarious. That holiday, looking back, was so jokes. We went through so many things in such a short space of time. Like, obviously, with my sunburn, drowning in the sea. And that is not an exaggeration, guys. We genuinely, drowned. And I, hand on my heart, believe that if we were in that water for maybe 30 seconds longer, one of us, if not both of us, would not be here today to tell that story, because genuinely I thought I was going to die, and I didn't want to panic because I didn't want to panic Sanjay, but genuinely I was fine to begin with, and then when I started panicking and the water starts coming on top of you and you're literally trying to catch your breath and you're trying to not panic, you can't not, when you're in that situation you can't not panic. Like, you try to calm yourself down, but when it's just coming on top of you, the waves are just coming over you, and you just keep sinking under. Like, you can't not panic. You just can't. And I truly believe if it was any longer, we would have probably drowned, because there was just no way I could swim back. It was just impossible. That was a terrifying experience. I was like, oh my God, I'm not even going to be able to say goodbye to my mum. Like, this is just the worst way to. I've always said that my biggest fear is drowning, and for that to happen, oh my God, it was terrifying. It has put me off the sea a little bit. And the thing is, the sea in Egypt isn't even that rough. So it was more because Sanjay had his moment, and then I was trying to help him stay afloat, and then it all got too much. But genuinely, the sea isn't that rough in Egypt. It's choppy-ish, but it's like this. It's not like big waves are coming over you. It gets a bit worse the further you're out, but it wasn't that bad. But Sanjay is not a strong swimmer. He can swim in like a pool, but he shouldn't have gone in the sea. And I blame myself because I told him, I was like, basically, when you first walk in the sea, you can touch the floor, and then you get to the point where you can't. But if you swim out a bit further, for some reason, you can actually touch the floor again. Maybe 20 meters out, you can start touching the floor again for some, I don't know why or how that works, but it works. So I was just saying to him, right, swim all the way up to there, and then eventually you'll be able to touch the floor. But he was swimming fine, and then all of a sudden he stopped. And once he stopped, and he realised that he couldn't put his feet on the floor, he panicked, and he couldn't try to start swimming again. And that's when it all happened, because he was panicking, and I didn't even realise that there was a woman in the sea near him, and she was like, "I think your friend is like panicking. He needs help." So I was looking at him, and I was like, "Sanjay, relax, calm down." And he was like, "Help me, help me." And I honestly thought it was funny at first. I was just like, "Okay." So I swam over to him, and he genuinely was like panicking. But what he did was he put his hands on my shoulders, and like I said before, I had blisters from my sunburn. So when he put his hands on my shoulders, obviously he was trying to stay afloat. He popped my blisters like they just, oh, I've never felt pain like it. And when he tried to hold on to me, he pushed me down into the water. And then imagine you're going through excruciating pain because your blisters have just popped, and then all of a sudden, like, you're drowning. Like, it was just horrible. But yeah, that is that story. Oh God, it was a lot. And then when the lifeguards finally came, there were like 6 or 7 lifeguards. I swear it felt like they were taking minutes, but it probably wasn't. It was like a few seconds, but it literally felt like forever being in that scene. It was so embarrassing. Everybody was looking. There was hundreds of people on the beach, and they were looking. They were probably thinking bloody English, to be honest. And then Sandra threw up, because when you like swallow loads of salt water, it does make you feel sick. And then they had to rip my shirt off me, and I put loads of cream on my shoulders from the sunburn. It was just a mess, and it ruined the holiday because I was just in pain for like the last 2 days. I feel like I've spoken for ages. I need to go and get a drink. Right, guys, it's been over an hour, so I'm just going to leave this here. I think I'm going to record a video in like the next day or so. We'll see. Maybe if I've got, when I see Sandra, I'll record a video. So stay tuned for that. Also, stay tuned for my birthday. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a birthday vlog or if I'm just going to go live like at night time. I don't know which one I'm going to do yet, but we'll see. Or I could do both. There will be something coming on my birthday, either a birthday vlog or a live. Depends on how drunk I am. So, yeah. I'll see you guys later. Bye.